Hello and welcome to my channel. In the last videos we have learned how we can configure and set up our SSL certificates for our Keycloak server so that we can access it under HTTPS. And in this video we want to learn how we can disable the HTTP listener in our Keycloak server so that we can access Keycloak only under HTTPS. For this goal, we suppose that we have already have a running Keycloak that is accessible under HTTP and HTTPS. Here you see that here is my Keycloak server. It is now running under HTTPS with the use of self-signed certificates and under HTTP also. And at the end of this video, we want to disable Keycloak to be accessible under HTTP and only under HTTPS. So let's go and do it. It is also a good idea if you make a backup of your Keycloak server before doing anything. How you can do the backup, I have posted a video about backing up, so if you don't know it, you can go back and watch the video. A backup is always a good idea, especially if you want to do some changes in the configuration files of Keycloak, and Keycloak is a very important server in your organization. So make a backup. Please make a backup of your Keycloak server first. Okay, now I go to the configuration file of Keycloak and standalone configuration. Here I make a list. According to the installation of your Keycloak server, you have to do some changes in these files here, because in my case it is running as in standalone mode. So I change this file here. We open the file, sudo nano standalone, and in this file we have to disable the HTTP listener for our Keycloak server. So I go to the end of the file. Here you see that we have the socket binding. Here is for the HTTP, the default port is 8080, and for the HTTPS, the default port is 8443. So the first thing that we do is we comment out the socket binding for the HTTP. So sorry, it is the first step for disabling the HTTP listener for Keycloak. So we comment it out. I scroll up a little bit. We have to do something else here also. Here you see that we have under the default server we have the HTTP listener and HTTPS listener. This line that is comment out, it is because of the setting up of my SSL certificates for Keycloak. So here you see that we have HTTP listener and HTTPS listener. This HTTP listener we have to comment it out also. So I go to this line and we comment out this line also. Now it is commented out. A little bit explanation about this line that is already commented out. So if in the video that I showed how you can set up SSL certificates for a Keycloak, we have commented out this line. So if it is for you a question right now, you can go back to that video and watch it one more time. So the thing that you do is in this subsystem under 2, you have to comment out the HTTP listener. You see that we have only HTTPS listener. So now if we start our Keycloak server, we get some errors. Before doing anything for those errors, I will start the server and I show you what the errors are, and so we can learn a little bit troubleshooting also, and it is a good idea. So now I save these changes here by pressing Control and X, and we go back to the bin directory of our Keycloak server, and for starting Keycloak we have this script here. So this time, just normally, I start the server one more time, because first I want to show you the errors. I just started the server so normally, and at the end of the video I will show you how you can start the server in detach mode also, so that you can use your terminal after starting the Keycloak. Now I start a Keycloak, we check the errors, and we go back to the configuration file and we do some other changes. I press enter and we see what will happen here. Good. Here are the error that you may get also. You see that under subsystem remoting and subsystem EGB3. The failure description requires services that are not installed. So we have to do some changes under these two subsystems also. The first one is remoting and EGB3. Here, here we have to disable a part of this subsystem so that we don't get this error anymore. Okay, I stop the server by pressing Control and C, and we go back to the configuration one more time. I make clear here, and we open the configuration file. Now we go to the subsystems that we got in the log. The first one, EGB3. Here, as you see, there are too many subsystems. It takes a little bit of time until we find the subsystems that we need. Here, health. Here, naming. Here is, as you see here, now I have to go further. Now here, it is one of the subsystems that we got in the error, the remoting subsystem whereas, and what we have to do under this subsystem is that we comment it out. You see that it uses another security role as a security role that we have set for our SSL certificates. So we comment it out, and we go to the other subsystem. So now here is the other subsystem, EGB3, as you see here. Under this subsystem we have a service, and this service is the remote service. That here you see that it is exactly the problem that we got by starting the Keycloak server. So we have to comment out this service also, only the remote service of EGB3 subsystem here. EGB3, the remote service. So now we save the file, Control and X, and we go back and we start the Keycloak one more time. It's sudo sh standalone.sh, and we check if we get another error or not, and after that we go to the browser and we test it one more time. It takes a little bit. You see that it will be started. Keycloak will be started here. And now it is running. So we go back to the browser. Here I make a refresh. You see that is again accessible under HTTPS. And under HTTP this time Keycloak is not accessible. It means that right now you can access your Keycloak server only under HTTPS. So for those guys who don't know how to start Keycloak in detach mode, so sudo no hop sh standalone sh -b, and after that the IP address of your machine. In this case it is the IP address of my virtual machine, so -b is for the base URL of Keycloak, and after that the base URL of the management of Keycloak, again the IP address of my virtual machine, and after that and. So with the use of this command you can start Keycloak in detach mode so that you can use your terminal again. And one more time I press enter. You see that right now I can use my terminal, and here I have to give the IP address of my virtual machine. I accept the risk because I know that I have already set self-signed certificates for Keycloak, so it is okay. And here if I try to access Keycloak under the IP address of my virtual machine, and this time it is not accessible. So it means that you can access your Keycloak server only under HTTPS. And if you go to the certificate, you see that here is the certificate that I have created in the last videos. So that's it. With the use of these changes, we can make our Keycloak server accessible only under HTTPS. It will be nice if you let me know with any like, comment, or subscribe that the video were useful for